Welcome to my channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Korn's 5th album, Untouchables. A really solid record and sort of the end of an era. The first 5 albums like Korn, I feel like they were the ones where they pushed their most creative ideas and tried to be as innovative as possible with a great deal of success, at least for me. So let's get into the breakdown of this particular record. So first, let's talk about Jonathan Davis, the singer. So lyrically on this album, he sort of runs out of steam. He just recycles ideas that he's already worked on previous albums. He throws into the mix some existential stuff, like singing about if there's a God and the meaning of life. And those songs sort of fall flat, at least for me. Now, vocally, he's really pushing himself. He's going for some really high notes, and he's doing some really interesting stuff there. Now, for the guitars, Head and Monkey have really just settled into their style. They write good riffs. They know how to arrange good guitar parts, and they know how to use pedal effects. And I have to say that they start using more meaty pedal effects on this album, even though at moments you feel that there's keyboards on this album, even though no one's credited on this production playing the keyboards, but you know they're there. Now with the bass player Feedley, he does a pretty good job. Some of the bass lines are pretty solid on this. He does some really good bass arrangements on a couple of tracks. He's also using more pedal effects on his bass. Now for David Silveria, he's playing heavier and harder on this album, and he adds to the mix the use of octapads, like these electronic drums that really work on a couple of tracks. And there's also drum machine programming on this album. I'm not sure if he's the one responsible for that or the producer of the album, but it also sounds pretty cool. Now for the track list of this album, this one rocks really hard. And oddly enough, there's a ballad thrown into the mix that, at least for me, it really works. Now, there's one issue. There's 2 really bad tracks on this album that every time I listen to Untouchables, I always skip over these 2. And that was like the first time that ever happened to me, listening to Korn back then, finding these 2 tracks that I just couldn't stand. Another thing that I don't like about this album that doesn't impact the music itself, it's the cover. It looks horrible. I hate that cover. But that aside, in general, Untouchables is a really good album. I'm not sure where it's going to be when I do the top 10 ranking for Korn albums, but I know it's going to be up there. So I'm going to leave this video here. Hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.